Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Rome. I've seen just a couple of comments saying they want to see a second season of Roma. So here we are, a second season. I was going to bring you this episode anyway, just kind of to show you the transfer window so far, what's gone on, show you the first game of the season. However, I have tried this recording 3 different times and my audio is fucked up every single one. So I didn't get to bring you the first game against Lecce. I will see what time comes of this episode and if I bring you this Udinese game or not, but right now there's been a lot of stuff to bring you transfer wise. There's a couple more accolades that I missed last time around, so let's get you that now. So starting off with the accolades, one thing I missed, there's actually been a couple of things I missed throughout the end of last season that just didn't show up for a little while. Rui Patricio won goalkeeper of the season for Serie A. As you know, I like Rui Patricio. He has not been awful for us, but this is where I have an issue with the 3D engine of what I am seeing in the key highlights, I believe is that my setting, versus what the game actually says. Appearances 34, allowed 25, shutouts 14, average rating of 712. So, I mean, for the game and the stats, he's done very well for a goalkeeper. You really don't see a lot of goalkeepers above 7. So I'm happy with that. Unfortunately, what I've seen in day-to-day in every single game he's played is some really great times and then some really, oh, the ball just went under my arm, whoops, or some seriously bad positioning. But Rui Patricio wins goalkeeper of the season, so I really can't be unhappy with the game in that. Nicolas Sule won Serie A signing of the season. Absolutely fantastic pickup right there. At 11.5 million, 31 appearances, 2 goals and 1 assist. You're never going to get those as a defender, but 739 average rating. He is one that I would pick up in every save if I had the opportunity. He's been fantastic. Definitely suggest this dude from Bayern. Danny Ceballos, as you could see, also in the top 5, 725k. Absolutely. I mean, I won't say a fantastic pickup. I haven't used him nearly as much as I probably should have for picking him up that much, and his wages are kind of high. So, but 26 appearances, 1 goal, 1 assist. That's kind of disappointing, but 7.0 average rating. I don't know why. He is really the top 5. Oh, well. I mean, that's according to the game, not according to me. Now, for some reason, I can't find the email of this, but we'll go to my profile and see that I've won the head coach of the year for the 21-22 season. So, yeah, I mean, we did get to second place. We beat Juve by 2-0. Not too bad. Unfortunately, we just need to figure out how to beat Atalanta, Hellas Verona, all these other crap players and teams. But anyway. Biggest overachiever as a team for the Serie A. AS Roma. It was a season to remember for AS Roma, as thanks to the results of 2-0 win versus Juve, they managed to finish second, 4 spots above their preseason expectations of 6th place. Nicolas Sule's performance in particular were a joy to behold, while Thiago Almada proved to be one of the signings of the season. So as you can see, Thiago Almada, Nicolas Sule, all fantastic. I wish some of the others were, but that's a different story. But now, with that, let's get into the transfers. The first one I want to do is an in, and usually I start with the outs, but I'll get to that in a minute. The first one I did immediately as the season ended is try to give Kluivert a new role. As you know, we had a lot of loanees that were both loaned out to other clubs for the last season and loaned in to our club for last season, some of which already had clauses attached to them. Kumbala was already coming in before I even thought of doing a Roma save. Cengiz Unger, I believe, I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it. Cengiz Unger was already, I think, out the door. He had a clause in there that his team would buy him at the end of the season. So things like that. Kluivert was one I really wanted to see come back, and I wanted to see how he would do. I thought he had a clause in there, but if he did, it may have just been kind of a conditional clause, or, you know, one of the clauses that said, well, we may pick him up depending on how he does. But if that was the case, they didn't pick him up. I gave him a contract. He accepted it, and which is fantastic. I want to see him. I think he's going to be fantastic. I mean, I know you don't look at the stars, but when I do, team-wise, he's one of the tops. So I definitely want to see how he does this season. I'm very happy he signed a contract. However, he signed a contract, I think it was on the 5th of June, but on the 22nd of June, Nice comes in for him and says, I'm triggering his release clause, 12 million, so I want to take him out. Luckily, Clivert said no, and he's still a Roma player at this time. I'm going to assume when I did Clivert's new contract that it was at the end of the season, which still hadn't happened at that point. So Nice comes in and says, "Oh well, he's out of contract. I'm not caring that he signed a new contract. I'm going to trigger that release clause." Luckily, again though, he did not accept it. He is a Roma player. He has been playing, and actually in that Lecce game, he got both goals. We won 2-0, and he got both of them. So fantastic return debut, I guess is what you would call it. But with that said, I want to get to the outs. There's not been that many, minus Fusato. Santon's gone. Danny Alves is gone. I kind of would like to have kept him another year as a backup. But we all know they were out the door anyway. Borja Mayoral has not returned, even though my assistant manager said, bring him back. He's part of the team. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm really good. So, but there is one major out. Stefan El Shaarawy has left the building. He has gone to Napoli for not too much, sadly. It was probably around 7 million, if I'm not mistaken. I wanted to get him out the door and bring some young players in, but I was really hoping for more. 7 million is not much, and I got fleeced in that. As you can see, he's now worth 43 to 61. He has a fantastic foot on him. Definitely got some really important goals last season. Got a fair amount of goals last season. But to me, you can see 15 acceleration, 15 pace. He did not show that for me. He seemed slow to the ball. Someone would, Ceballos or Cristante would pass it up to him, and he'd just be lollygagging to the ball. Defenders were just bypassing him left and right. So I didn't think he was worth all that much anymore to what I needed. So I did sell him off to Napoli, and good luck to him. I mean, he has been Roma through and through for most of his career. 15 to 19. He had a stint in China, apparently. And then 20 to 22. So he has done fantastic things for this club. I wish him all the best, but it's time to move on. Now, as I talked previously about Kumbala coming in, Cengiz Under going out, and things like that, there's one area where this game seems to be broken for me. I mean, there's many areas where this game has been broken that I've talked about in the past, and many others have as well. But one issue in particular is, like I mentioned, all these players were already gone or coming in long before I even stepped foot in this role. Yet I'm fielding a lot of interview questions from media saying questions like, do you think you overspent for Kumbala? How do you think he'll fit into the squad? How do you think Hellas Verona will feel for losing him as a player? He's been under transfer for an entire season. I don't care. It's not my problem. It's the board's problem for choosing the fee that we paid him for, or paid Hellas Verona for, apparently. It's Hellas Verona's fault for letting him go. I don't care. Stop asking me. I actually should start just refusing these requests because it's just stupid. I got a couple from Cengiz Under too. It's like, I haven't even seen the dude play. He has not been part of the squad. He never was under my tutelage, so get the fuck out. So the only other outgoing news for us after El Shaarawy is Brian Reynolds is on loan with Nashville. He's still not good enough to be in our squad. I think he's got potential for another season or so. He just needs games and he needs to grow. And he's not doing it really. He didn't really do it on the loan stint that he was on last time. Hoping he does it this time. So I really would love that DRDL on the team, but he's just not there right now. So it is time for the ins. We all know Christensen's come in. Kumbala's come in, as I just bitched about. We do have a big one that's come in. Well, to me, it's big at least. Karim Adeyemi has come in from Red Bull Salzburg. Again, he's 20 years old, so he's not the biggest name right now, I guess, in world football. However, he is looking pretty stacked on my team. He's 20 years old, so hopefully loads to grow on. Dribbling of 15, crossing of 12 kind of sucks, but first touch of 13, long shots 11. So there's definitely growth in there. Passing of 10. But acceleration pace definitely outpaces El Shaarawy by far. So finishing a 15, really spot on though. I'm really looking forward to seeing this dude play. He did not play in the Lecce match because I wanted kind of the old, minus Clivert in there, I wanted the old squad to be there. Christensen didn't play. It was Mancini and Sule. But I'm really looking forward to this kid play. And I'm looking forward to him grow. Now I just need to figure out how to get him and Abraham working together side by side, or do I do, one here, one there, and just kind of rotate them out as they see fit? I don't know. We'll have to play with that, and that is definitely something I need to look at. Now comes some problems. So earlier in this window, Man City came in for Calafiori. He's like worth 11. Let me actually go Calafiori. So as you can see, he's worth 11 million. Man City came in probably around 7, and he's got a contract at 25. So I said, fuck off. There's no way I'm going to let him go for 7 million. He was pissed. He did not care for that decision at all. He was saying, I really wanted Man City. Why on earth would you block Man City? And I said, well, they didn't offer what I was expecting. If you want to go, I cannot stop you. I will be happy to let you go, but it has to meet my evaluation. Well, what's that? 15 million. How's that? I'm good with 15 million. No way. That's way too high. I was like, well, what about 14? Nope, that's still too high. Come on. This is just pointless. Well, 13 million. How's that? 13 million. You've been a fairly good player. You had great potential at one point, at least. 13 million is not too much to ask. And he's basically like, fuck no. I want a transfer request. I'm out. I can't deal with this. So he was pissed, and it was very annoying. One of the annoying things is he didn't even offer a price himself. I just kept going 15, 14, 13. Nope, that's it. Okay, well, I guess this has run its course. He was very, very unhappy about this whole thing. So I was thinking, you know what? I'm going to get rid of him just because he's a dick and bring someone else in. I know I've got Viña in there, but he's injury prone, so I'm not expecting him to last the entire season. Spinazzola's in there. I did kind of want that third player. I know 3 left backs really isn't great. But so I got someone. Kostas Tsimikas from Liverpool. My Liverpool has come in. And he's got great backup numbers to me. To me, this looked like great backup numbers. 15 crossing, yes. Dribbling of 14, first touch of 14, marking and passing of 14, tackling of 13, technique of 14. 26, he can grow a little. So I'm happy with him coming in. And I'm thinking, Calafiori, you can go wherever the hell you want to go. I've got Tsimikas, I've got Spinazzola, and I've got Viña. I am perfectly happy with my left back role. Well, a couple days come in after Tsimikas has signed. The ink is dry. We're good on that. Calafiori comes back, says, yeah, I don't think Man City's going to come back for me. I want to stay now. Like, fuck off, dude. Really? Now I have 4 left backs. What am I supposed to do with 4 left backs? That's not helpful. So I may still try and push Calafiori off. I don't know. Tsimikas comes in on loan. I'm only paying like 36K per week. I think what is his contract? He is at 65 per week, so I'm not paying everything, maybe 60% thereabouts. I've got no other fees except winning the Serie A is an 8.7 loan option. I don't know. Does that mean he would be a Roma player, or that I owe 8.75 if we win the Serie A? Either way, I'm only doing 2 seasons, so if I have to pay $1 billion to any club, not my issue. That's Roma's issue for next season. But now, on the same note as this Wonder Boy, Ibanez. So he comes in at the end of the last season and says, I think I've done fairly well. I want a new contract. You know what? You have some great stats, some great potential. You're probably my 3rd choice, maybe 4th, depending on Kumbala. I think Ibanez is better than Kumbala. But you're my 3rd choice. I don't want to lose you. I think you're somewhat of an influential player in the squad. I don't want to lose you at all. So yeah, I'm happy to give you a new contract. He wanted astronomical figures. I could physically not pay that. Not physically, but I could literally not pay that. Everything he wanted was in the red. I had to click the negative button just to get back into the green. And anything I offered him, I even offered him a whole bunch of, extras. Winning the Champions League, winning Serie A, all these blah, blah, blah things. And he's like, fuck no, that was the worst offer you could ever possibly give me. So he was pissed. Now, the biggest problem here, when he got pissed, the entire squad got pissed. You can see Spinazzola, Kalulu, supporting teammate. Almost all these players have been supporting their teammate. That has not been helpful. So everyone else got pissed because I couldn't give him a new contract. I then try to get rid of him. It's like, look, if you're not going to sign a new contract and you're pissed, I'm happy to give you out somewhere. So yeah, that's where we start. So luckily, Real Madrid are seriously interested in him. However, they have not given me an offer yet. And now that he is transfer listed because he said, I need to be transfer listed, I want out of the club, blah, blah, blah. I don't think I'm going to get the 40 plus 5 million for him. And I probably could have gotten close to that if he wasn't being such a little bitch. So I'm hoping 30 million maybe. The problem then comes in where Ignacio is one that I've wanted all season long, is now scouted by every single major club on earth. So I'm pretty sure he's leaving this transfer window, at least from my limited mind. And I don't see him coming here. I don't see Real Madrid coming in until later on in the transfer window. We've got a little while left. But man, that's going to be a bitch. I do have another player in mind. Hopefully he does not leave his club, at least just yet. He's a youngster, so he's got the potential, just not there yet. And there is this dude, Scalvini, who is still looking fairly good as a youngster. He's exciting young prospect who isn't far from first team level, so he could get a cup game here and there. I have not put him out on loan. I don't know what to do with him yet. I actually have not even thought about what to do with him yet, but he's going down in every single category almost, so that kind of sucks. But as a player for some of the lower teams or for some of the cup games, he could definitely do. So we'll have to see. But Ibanez, Calafiori, ugh. But the transfer window has been interesting to say the least, as you can see. There's still time left, as I told you, so we'll see what happens. But for now, Christensen, Adeyemi, Tsimikas, and Kluivert are really our new players. And I'll take the Klopp approach of Kluivert is a brand new player for us, even though he's been here before. But damn, I mean, like I said, let's go to the schedule. That Lecce game, 2-0 win, away from home, Kluivert got both. So that was good. Preseason-wise, we did do a tour of the U.S. 7-0, 4-0, 3-0. DC United, I'm sorry to see, is where I used to live. And Orlando City, where I live somewhat close to now. But, yeah, crushing the U.S. teams. They didn't even get a single goal off us. And then we come home to Atalanta and just draw. That was a bitch. I don't know how to beat Atalanta, and I have to figure it out at some point. Ascoli, 5-0, absolutely crushed them. And then our beautiful debut in the league again for the season, 2-0 win over Lecce. Tactically, I do have a new tactic, sort of. It's a gegenpress instead of the tiki-taka. I wanted to see how that would work. I'm obviously a Klopp fan. I'm a Klopp gegenpress fan. I just wanted to see what that would look like with this team. And at the Lecce game, it looked fairly good. But Lecce is not exactly top-level team, so we'll see Udinese and some of the others down the line, and we'll see how it goes. But I think this recording has gone on far too long, so I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do a game this episode. But I will start out next one with any transfers that come in for the next couple of weeks and a game. So stay tuned for episode 2 of season 2. And yeah, thank you so much, as always, for watching. Take care and enjoy.